Hey everyone, Michael Simpson here. Welcome to Module 5, Finding, Approaching, and Servicing Asset Managers and Commercial Assets. And the title of this video is called Strategies for Expanding Your Commercial REO Network. So remember here now with this, what we're going to talk about is some ways that you can expand your network for getting commercial REOs. And remember what I mentioned in one of my other videos is that a lot of this is just word of mouth that just gets out there, right? It's because you're telling everybody, you're networking, you're talking with lots of other people, professionals in all kinds of industries, lending, appraisal, other areas, and you're letting people know, hey, I'm a go-to. I've been doing this. I'm familiar with that distressed assets. I know how to do REOs and I can facilitate them, right? And so in time, that starts to set in and word of mouth gets out there and you start getting sent leads because you're word of mouth. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's a lot of how this goes, but let's also look at some ways that we can be proactive and go after these listings by networking. Networking is so important in our industry, isn't it? But I wanted to mention this, be proactive, figure it out. Number one, when we're working with an asset manager is let's not forget that we need to take care of that asset manager and we need to make sure that we make their job easier and their life needs to be easier when we're doing this. You can expand your network by joining some of these other entities that are out there. So depending on your specialty, your niche, your product type that you're working in, would depend a lot on where I suggest you go. Like if you are doing a lot of property management, then you could go like BOMA, Building Owners and Managers Association, developers. If you are doing shopping centers, well, then there's the ICSC. That's a different name now. I can't remember what that's called now, but they changed their name. And you could go there. IREM for management. And so that you can join one or more of these networking events and start going and attending and going to classes and networking. ULI for land, right? So it really just depends on what your niche is and what you're specializing in and what you're trying to penetrate. But network and go to these groups and show your face and say, here's who I am and here's what I do, right? And so you can network and pick up leads a lot of times by doing this in all the different states out there and areas and cities so that you're known in that local. Like, for example, I'm in Long Beach, California, and everybody knows, call Michael in Long Beach, right? That's what you're trying to do. No one can be a jack of all trades. We recommend becoming well-versed in one particular product type so that you can you're the go-to for that product type and that area. Everyone thinks of you. No one can be a jack of all trades, but sometimes we're in isolated markets, rural areas where there's not a lot of activity and we kind of have to be a generalist, and that's okay if you have to do that. It's just not ideal. It's better to have to be niche-y where you are. The riches in the niches, as they say, where you're working with one or two or three product types at the max. I've kind of been pulled all over the place in time, asked to do this and asked to do that and get involved in this and that. But I've always had like one or two niches that are really known for. So keep that in mind, unless you have to be a generalist, that you want to kind of specialize in certain niches in your area, in your market. Okay, here's some other networks that you can participate in. The National Association of Default Professionals, NADP, used to be REO MAC. What you could do is join, and then there's a place there where you would put your profile and all your information. And then people nowadays are searching by maps. And I've seen this. It's a new feature that they have there at that organization where they can pull people up based on where they're based out of, city and state. 5 stars, another one. Asset managers constantly trying to say, hey, who else do you like? I mentioned in one of my other videos, way to go after asset managers and find them, different ways to do that. And so once we get one, now I can say, who else do you know that's in the industry that you might be able to refer to me? See, so we're expanding our network based on the ones that we have. Okay, those, don't forget, independent community banks are really good. Good resources for you. local independent community banks, brokers from residential, brokers from other areas, right? See, we're letting everybody know we're the go-to here, and send us your referrals. Okay, so those are the main ones that are out there. And my advice is to hit them all, do it all as much as you possibly can. And hope this has been valuable, informative for you today. Next video, we're going to start getting into your cool assignment that you have queued up for you. So everybody, thanks for watching, and make it a great day.